After WWE feeding us real good for the last few weeks with some good television and creative decisions, Triple H had to sneak one in. People, that's pro wrestling for you. And I was feeling good, man. Whispers to my ears by Triple H. And of course, they had to stop the momentum. You know, people, I want to do a sit-down interview with LA Knight and ask him, who did you hurt? Let me bring you up to speed. Triple Threat #1 contenders match. CM Punk pins Jey, he's facing Seth Rollins, except no, he doesn't. Rollins vacates the title. What are we gonna do? Is it Braun Breaker? Wrong. Heavy Battle Royal to determine who's facing CM Punk. LA Knight gets eliminated relatively early. Still pisses me off. Jey wins the Battle Royal, and the match between CM Punk and Jey Uso for the World Championship is official. So nobody likes the fact that it wasn't LA Knight. Again, LA Knight, my boy, who did you hurt? Did you make comments about Triple H's nose? Jey already getting pinned by Punk doesn't make much sense. Obviously, Seth Rollins' injury changed plans. Still a very interesting booking decision. And the match doesn't look that exciting on paper in general. A lot of wrestling fans have a problem with this booking decision. They didn't like Jey Uso winning. They're not excited about Punk versus Jey. There's perceived favoritism from the company to Jey Uso. A lot of people are questioning why it was LA Knight. Why is Jey Uso getting these opportunities when it didn't really make sense for him to win? There's also this Jey Uso fatigue. Finally, he is developing his character. Is he turning heel? Is he turning on Jimmy? Is he turning on Roman? Is he the next tribal chief? Finally, WWE are cooking something because it seems like he's eating a little bit less. Still eating, but a little bit less. Which is important. Very important detail. But it feels like his character needed more development before putting him in a World Championship match again. Now, people, I want to look at all of the possibilities. Good and bad. Some of it won't make any sense. Some of my ideas are going to be horrible. But I am just a mind with a luscious forehead. You can fit a lot of ideas in that head. So how can WWE get out of the situation? Well, maybe Jey Uso is turning heel. Maybe he is winning the championship. Maybe Jey Uso is our next world heavyweight champion. People, how are you feeling? Are you fine? Are you fine? Take your medicine if you need. Doesn't matter. We're gonna talk about it. It's a possibility. It's literally a championship match. Let's say Jey Uso beats CM Punk. Possibly by turning heel, which seems very unlikely in my opinion, but I was thinking about it. CM Punk winning the championship seems like the most obvious scenario, but is he really going to win the championship against a babyface and not against Seth Rollins, which is the entire point that they've been building for like years and years now? Seth Rollins is holding CM Punk back, doesn't want CM Punk to hold that championship, not even touching it, smell it. He doesn't allow him to smell it. But let's say Jey Uso is winning the championship. In a way, a lot of fans hate him already. I don't hate Jey Uso, but I understand the criticism. It's a very repetitive character that works when it comes to merchandise sales and all of that. Let's say maybe he even joins the Vision, which I would honestly hate that so much. I don't want this to I'm sorry. I don't think Jey fits in the faction. I would like him to turn heel. I'm gonna be fine with it at this point. Fans already hate him in a way. I don't want to see him in division. But Jey turning heel is something that WWE kinda been teasing for a long time right now. There's this drama within the bloodline. A lot of words being thrown like the tribal chief. Maybe Jey Uso is gonna become the next tribal chief, win the championship, and act like he's the one who's leading the bloodline. I'm not saying these ideas are good, people, but it's definitely a possibility, and if booked correctly, we could get some interesting television. Maybe it wouldn't be the same Jey Uso as a world heavyweight champion, in a way. As much as I don't really want to see him as a champion right now, especially, I'm wondering how the second chance would look like, because obviously he did deserve better. The championship title reign was absolutely horrendous. CM Punk wins, but, as in, but what if? Not an actual ass. Not an actual ass. This match is for the championship, not for cheeks. It's not for the cheeks, people. Just pointing that out. He's not winning an actual butt. After the match, Jey brutally attacks him. He realizes this is a ruthless business and he's done being the good guy, even if the merch sales are good. So this is a very similar scenario, but Punk is the one who's holding the championship, and Jey still turns heel because, well, he's pissed off. All of these guys, CM Punk, LA Knight, Jimmy, all of these guys are holding me back, and then we go to the next question. Is Jimmy going to follow him? Is the bloodline turning heel? Dude is conflicted. I don't agree with his decisions, but he's my twin. We shared a womb, we shared baths. How can I not be with my brother? But we go back to the same point of Punk beating a babyface for a title. It is kinda underwhelming and doesn't follow the storyline we've been following. If we get something as simple as CM Punk just winning the championship, it will be the boring decision, but not necessarily the decision I will be mad with. At the end of the day, this is something I've been waiting for ever since he came back to the WWE, him actually holding the championship and possibly creating some interesting rivalries. Just to see an entrance of CM Punk with the championship sounds exciting to me, so I'm not gonna be pissed, people, if CM Punk wins the championship and it's just as basic as possible, one-on-one match, Punk beats Jey, he's holding the championship, we move on to CM Punk versus Braun Breaker, which sounds pretty exciting to me. I wouldn't necessarily mind, but we're talking about the possibilities, and the possibilities, even in this unfortunate situation, are endless. They're endless. Well, they actually are. I have a couple of more. What if Jey Uso turns heel? This is another big detail, people. Jey eliminated Jimmy. And you can probably tell by these pictures, he's pissed. He's not very happy. He's disappointed. He's disgusted. I think he might not be eating anymore. Again, this is something WWE are somewhat teasing too. We don't know who's going to turn heel. Is it Jimmy? Is it Jey? Is it Roman? So maybe it's not Jimmy turning heel with Jey, maybe it's Jimmy turning on Jey Uso. You eliminated me from the Battle Royal even though we've been working together. I expected us both to be in the final two. You reminded me why I turned on your ass in the first place. Now people, this means Jimmy versus Jey, right? Let me just say, it's gonna be really hard to beat this classic. It's gonna be really hard to beat this classic. Whatever match we're going to get is going to live in the shadows of the WrestleMania 40 match. Y'all like super kicks? We got plenty of super kicks. More super kicks than you can eat. All eat super kicks, people. So I'm not necessarily excited about the match. What I do find interesting about Jey Uso turning on Jey is how Roman is going to react. Where does that put Roman Reigns? Is Roman with Jey? Is Roman with Jimmy? You know, possibly some interesting drama that could lead us to Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns again. You know, people, when this match got announced, sure, I was disappointed too, but I'm just thinking about all the things WWE could do, and lately they've been giving us some great television, some twists and turns, and possibly, maybe, hopefully, WWE are actually thinking about it. They're actually thinking about it. They know what they're doing, which is probably very naive for me to say. Very naive. A lot of you are going to say, well, he's just related to The Rock, that's why he won the match. I don't know, possibly. I don't know. People, what if nobody wins? I like this scenario a lot. You're gonna hate it. Well, the great one, you stupid idiot. Ah, you big forehead freak. You piece of shit. What do you mean nobody wins? We're getting a championship match and we're not even getting a winner? Oh, I wanna slam your forehead on the ground right about now. Listen. It's fine. We can still be friends. You know, it's fine. Listen to me. Listen to my creative genius. It could be the Bronze or even Austin Theory causing chaos. So nobody wins the match. You know why nobody wins the match? First of all, we get a new member. I honestly feel like this is how WWE Saturday Night's Main Event should end. We get a new member. Everybody is happy. You know, no matter who wins, no matter what happens, we got a big-ass highlight. Sure, some of this stuff got repetitive over the years, but the timing is kinda right, isn't it? Now why? Well, the title belongs to Division. They never lost the championship. They've been fighting for this championship. All of them. They were heels. They believe like they are supposed to hold the championship. As a matter of fact, Braun Breaker was holding the championship. He didn't want to give this championship back to Adam Pearce. He complained about it to Paul Heyman. So what the bad guys are going to do right now? You took this championship away from us. You didn't even put us in the Battle Royal. Well, nobody is getting the championship. We're keeping the title. We are keeping the championship. You're not giving us even an opportunity? Well, then I guess we're just keeping the title. I know to some of y'all this sounds like a bad idea, but imagine episodes of Raw. How interesting would it be? The World Championship being so important. Everybody's trying to get that title off Division. Obviously, would probably need new members, but just, you know, this battle for the world title. Every week is just drama, what's gonna happen with the championship. Especially, you know, lately, over the past few years, it seems like a lot of WWE championships got vacated, and we obviously do the obvious thing. A match. A championship match, new champion. What if we actually do something a little bit different? Create some interesting television. People, I feel like out of all the possibilities, this is exactly what I would like to see. I'm okay with Punk winning. I'm even okay with Jey winning, as long as it's something really interesting. But if I would have to choose my beautiful people, I would choose chaos, as much as I want CM Punk to be a champion. Eventually, we would get a match, and maybe it's Braun Breaker who wins the championship officially. I want chaos on Monday Night Raw. I want structure, order being broken. Nobody knows what's gonna happen with the World Championship and Monday Night Raw, we literally don't have a champion because these guys are not allowing us to crown a new one. You have Adam Pearce addressing the roster. Absolute chaos, almost like WWE is broken. I guess the biggest reason I want to see something like this, or something along those lines at least, is because, you know, obviously now WWE got a little bit more interesting, but for the past few months, it's very like, I don't know how to put it, but the structure is so similar. Every show was basically the same, and this expectation that what's gonna happen on Raw, and what's gonna happen with the World Championship, who's facing who, I like that idea. I honestly like the idea of Raw feeling like it's all about chaos, and you don't know what to expect next. But people, again, is the Great One cooking? Or is he talking out of his butt? Is the wrestling analyzer talking out of his butt? That makes a lot of sense. Let me know in the comments below. I'm interested in your opinion. Maybe some of you have better ones. Make sure to like these comments. I'm interested in what WWE could do at Saturday night's main event. Thank you so much for watching. As always, the Great One. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.